We are going to be unlocking the brand new Stellarion car and seeing if it's actually worth getting on a dusty trip. Let's get right into this. So over here in the brand new season pass, under the premium pass, if you go all the way to the end, which I believe is level 30, there's this car right here called the Stellarion, and we're going to be unlocking it and seeing if it's actually that good. So anyway, let's get by all 35 levels. So in the previous season pass, under the premium one right here, we got the Nebula X car, which the Nebula X car is actually one of the best cars in the game. So this one right here is what we previously got in the previous season, which I still use this car all the time just because it is like solar powered and it is overall just a super good car. So hopefully this one over here is just as good, if not better. I don't think it's solar powered. I think it does have an engine. So here it is right here. It is looking kind of basic, but anyway, let's equip it. We'll start off by testing it on the plains map, then we'll probably hop onto the desert map afterwards. We're now on the plains map, so let's go and build it. So I believe it does have a regular engine, and yes it does, because it does have a gas canister, so that does kind of sink because the solar power ones are better, but overall it should be fine, which I don't know why, but I can't really attach these wheels. There we go, a little bit of a struggle. Anyway, there we go, we fully built the car. All we gotta do is toss on this and then the hood, and now we're good to go. So hopefully this car at least goes pretty fast, and hopefully the gas consumption is also pretty good, because one of the previous season pass cars was like the classic Rover, and that car was terrible. But anyway, it looks like we're already off to a good start, and there we go, we already reached max speed, so the acceleration is pretty good. It reaches max speed in like under 5 seconds, and when it looks like it maxes out at like 300, so that is pretty good. Definitely not the fastest car in the game, but I would say this is a pretty good speed. It is much better than some of the other cars we checked out, so far it is looking like a pretty good car. Anyway, let's turn the engine off and let's go and check the fluids now that we reached 1,000 meters. So let's start off with the gas. And 8.9, that is still pretty good, and I forgot the engine is actually in the back. 3.9 and 4.8. So far all that stuff is actually pretty good, especially compared to some of the other cars. I haven't tested out the IQ car, but I'm assuming the IQ car isn't going to go nearly as fast as this one. For those who don't know, the IQ car is actually the car at the very end of the free-to-play pass, so you are able to get it as a free-to-play player, but just looking at the car, you can tell that's not going to be very good, just because it's like a small box car. So I'm just going to assume that's only going to go like at 100 miles per hour, which definitely isn't too good. But anyway, although this car is pretty good, it's definitely not as good as the Nebula X car, because I believe the Nebula X car went a tad bit faster, and also since it is solar powered, that just makes it a little bit easier because you don't have to worry about water, oil, or gas. All you have to do is stop every like 20 minutes and plug your engine into the solar panel, and then you're good to go again. So I would still say the Nebula X car is much better, even though you're no longer able to get it. But I mean, this car right here is pretty good for its price, because most of the new cars they add are like 1.7 thousand Robux, and to get this car right here, all you need to do is pay like 600 Robux for the premium pass and then get to level 35. So I would definitely say it's worth getting if you don't have any other car, because overall it is still pretty good. And there we go, we just passed the 5,000 meter checkpoint in under 5 minutes. I think that actually only took us like 4 minutes to get there, maybe 3. So I would say that's pretty good. Anyway, what we're gonna do is let's actually go back to the lobby. And oh, there's some of the brand new like solar powered things right there, which I actually forgot they added these into the game. So I believe we can like plug them into our car if it is solar powered, which I don't even know where we grabbed the cable at. But anyway, as I was saying before, let's jump back over to the lobby and let's actually test out the IQ car. So it's the car in the free to play pass, which is this one right here. And as I was saying before, just by looking at it, we can tell that's not going to be good. So anyway, let's just go and pull it up. So here it is, just a small box car. And if this thing goes faster than like 200 kilometers per hour, I would actually be pretty surprised. So anyway, we'll test it on the same map, which is a plains map, and we'll see if it goes nearly as fast. All right, here we go. We're now on the plains map. Let's go ahead and build it. So this one is also like the other one, how it is not solar powered, and it looks like it can only fit 2 people. So you definitely wouldn't bring your whole squad in this car, just because there isn't nearly as much room. It would be pretty cool if this car like absolutely drains your gas. Anyway, it looks like it uses a special radiator and engine, so it's like super small. Anyway, it looks like we place it in the front just right here, just like that. And although this radiator and engine is smaller, the radiator can actually hold 3 times more water than a regular one, so just keep that in mind, because that is a pretty good deal. We now fully fueled up the car, so let's go and hop in. And actually it looks like there's supposed to be like a trunk door, and I think there's supposed to be a door right here, but I don't see anything that we're supposed to attach there. car, so we'll just ignore that. Anyway, let's see how fast this thing goes. I did turn it on, and so far it's not seeming too good just because of how slow it backs up. Anyway, let's hop on the road and let's start driving. And alright, it looks like it is speeding up pretty quickly, and we did just crack 200 kilometers per hour, so that is super surprising. And it looks like it maxes out at 216. And not gonna lie, this car is actually a lot faster than I thought it would be. I mean, it is still a very slow car, but it's much faster than I expected. So it goes like 100 kilometers per hour slower than the previous car we checked out, which is the Stellarion. But I mean, for being a free-to-play car, this one right here actually isn't too bad. But if you have the spare Robux, then I would definitely recommend paying the extra 600 to get the premium pass, just so you can go ahead and unlock the Stellarion car. And there's actually one of the airplanes right there, because this Stellarion car is still definitely better than this one. Anyway, we reached nearly 1.5 thousand meters, so let's go and stop the car, and now let's go and check the gas. So let's go over here, let's check it, and 8.8. Alright, that isn't too bad. That's pretty much the same as the Stellarion. And then we have 14.9 liters of water, and then I can't really check the oil. I'm assuming we have like 4.9 liters or 3.9, so that's probably still the same. Anyway, let's go and check, and yep, 3.9. So technically this car right here uses less fluids than the Stellarion one, just because you have 3 times more water. So overall, this car right here isn't too bad, but the Stellarion one is still better. But anyway, that is the brand new Stellarion and IQ glide car on a dusty trip though, so that's gonna be all for this video. So make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you all in the next video.